Very good, everyone. Let's talk here about a real trade and a trade commentary, which for me has already triggered my trailing stop, my profit. Protection. This was a trade in Huntington, Ingalls now, a company with the ticker HAE. It's listed on the NYC, the New York Stock Exchange, and here we have access and the possibility to invest in this rally, okay? So what was done here, my friends? We identified an upward trend in the stock. The stock here is aligned, very well aligned for a bullish move. We had this first bar and we confirmed in our club during the week of April 14th here with a confirmation saying, guys, $219 is a good time to buy HII, okay? This trade has a risk of $38 per share, meaning that if our analysis isn't correct and it ends up losing the trend, that's normal. We can't control what the market will do in the coming weeks. That's why we need to have what we call risk management. In other words, keeping an eye on all this movement so we don't expose ourselves to risks beyond what was planned. So basically, we have this entire upward movement here with the possibility for us to profit from it. But if things go wrong, I want to protect myself. And I'm going to protect myself, knowing that if it goes wrong, I'll lose $38. Basically, it's like this. We're going to decide how much we're willing to lose before we decide how much we want to invest. Oh, all right. Very good, $219. What happened? 1 week later, you can see up here, look, Mike's 1 week later, it went up 2.99%. That's good, right? Almost 3% in a week. In the second week, it went up another. It closed up another 1.76%. But it came up here, look, to $238.28. From 219 to 238. Here, my friends, in the second week, it already hit an 8% appreciation to a gain of $18. But what do I usually do? I usually protect this trade. Yes, very closely, because that's something that makes sense to me. There are people who are still in the trade who want to stay in for longer. It's still in an uptrend, and yes, there's a possibility for further gains. But for me, Gustavo, when I record these videos, I always base them on what I bought and how I exited. So basically, here in these 2 weeks, it has already reached $18 in profit. You know what I did? There's a tool called a trailing stop, which is a way to protect your profits, okay? So as the stock was going up, I caught that movement and kept moving up with it. All right? I set it at $11 minimum profit, okay? Exactly here at 230 and 50. It was already up there at 238 and 50. So I said, look, if by any chance it drops, those $11 are already in my pocket. And it did drop, okay? So this week it went up to 238, then came back down and closed here below 230. Since my protective order was set here with an $11 guarantee, it was triggered and I closed the trade. In other words, I exited the trade in 2 weeks. That's a time frame that makes me satisfied, makes me enjoy buying a stock. Waiting a week and then in the second week already selling and pocketing that profit. What kind of profit is that, Gustavo? Basically, I invested in, or I bought 110 shares here, okay? So we bought 110 shares times 219.50. 219.50. $24,145 was invested. Okay? These 110 shares, as you saw, brought me a profit of $11 each. That is, gave me a profit of $1,210 in 2 weeks. That's a little over 5%, right? Right there on the mark. But that's great, my friends. 5% in 2 weeks of trading. Do you know what that means? It means more than a year of American fixed income in just 2 weeks. So we put in 24,000 here and had this gain of 1,210. But what do these 1,210 represent? I have $100,000 in my brokerage account and an office at a double four and this 1,210 represents 1.21% of all my money, all of my money. So this is the formula that we love so much to show you here. Look, $100,000. I made $1,200. That's 1.21% of the total. You might say, Gustavo, that's not much. Okay, that's 3 months of American fixed income. However, I didn't invest $100,000, I invested $24,000. I earned 3 months of American fixed income on the total amount by investing only $24,000, a quarter of what I had. And the rest is invested in other stocks. They're yielding as well, and we are going to record and make that available for you here. Basically, my friends, this is how we use this strategy of taking advantage and waiting. It might seem like a small amount, right? Wow, it went up $18 and Gustavo only got 11. Okay, but it could have gone back down and caused me a loss. That's why I like to keep a close eye on the market. That's why it only gave me $11. But those $11 per share represent 3 months of American fixed income using only a quarter of the money. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. If you have 100,000, I only used 24 and I achieved the result of 3 months based on the full 100,000. This is the power of trading with the trend. So basically, this is a move that happened here in April in our club, and just like this one, many other trades also take place. If you want to be notified, if you want to receive these opportunities, sign up for our club. It will be a pleasure to let all of you know. May God bless you all. Take care. Goodbye.